Welcome to Bo Eminent channel. The tale of the first computer virus is one of unexpected origins, clever programming, and a glimpse into the future of cybersecurity long before the internet became mainstream. The birth of the first virus, Creeper, 1971. The first recognized computer virus wasn't malicious, it was an experiment. In 1971, an American engineer named Bob Thomas at BBN Technologies created a program called Creeper. Designed for DEC PDP-10 mainframe computers running the Tenix operating system, Creeper was more of a digital prank than a destructive tool. Thanks for watching. Request you to subscribe the channel. Creeper's purpose? To hop from one computer to another over ARPANET, the predecessor to the internet, and display a simple, now iconic message. I'm the Creeper. Catch me if you can. It didn't damage files or steal data. It simply demonstrated the possibility of self-replicating code, something that had only been theorized until then. The first antivirus, Reaper. Once Creeper began jumping between systems, a countermeasure was developed, a program called Reaper. This was, arguably, the world's first antivirus software. Reaper was designed to chase Creeper across the network, find it, and delete it, establishing the earliest precedent of cybersecurity warfare. Why it matters. Though Creeper was benign, it laid the foundation for what would become a major area of concern in computer science. It showed that code could spread without user consent. Networks could be exploited to propagate software. A need existed for digital defense systems. This happened years before the term computer virus was even coined. The term computer virus. The phrase was introduced in the 1980s by Fred Cohen, a computer scientist who, in his 1984 thesis, formally defined a computer virus as a program that can infect other programs by modifying them to include a copy of itself. Cohen's research showed how such viruses could spread rapidly and be hard to detect, a warning that proved prophetic. From innocence to infamy. After Creeper, the idea of self-replicating code caught the attention of hackers and researchers alike. As personal computers emerged in the 1980s, viruses became more common and more malicious. Notable early viruses included Elk Cloner, 1982, spread via floppy disks on Apple II computers, often cited as the first PC virus. Brain, 1986, the first MS-DOS virus, created by two Pakistani brothers, allegedly as an anti-piracy measure. Legacy. The story of Creeper is a reminder that even the most advanced cybersecurity threats began with curiosity and experimentation. It also reveals the dual nature of technology. Tools can be used for good, ill, or simply to test boundaries. Today, the digital descendants of Creeper are countless, and far more dangerous. But the roots trace back to a single line of code and a blinking message asking to be caught. The untold story of the first computer virus. Long before smartphones, social media, or even the personal computer, a curious piece of code quietly made history. It didn't steal passwords or encrypt files for ransom. It simply left behind a taunting message, I'm the Creeper. Catch me if you can. This wasn't a prank by a teenager or the act of a rogue hacker. It was 1971, and the world's first computer virus had just been born, almost by accident. At the heart of this digital milestone was Bob Thomas, an engineer working at BBN Technologies, a company known for its pioneering role in early computer networking. Thomas wasn't trying to start a cybersecurity crisis. He was experimenting with the idea of self-replicating programs, software that could move across machines without needing to be reinstalled each time. Using the ARPANET, the predecessor to the modern internet, he created a program called Creeper that could hop from one computer to another, display a simple message, and test the limits of this early network. Creeper was designed to run on DEC PDP-10 mainframe computers running the Tenix operating system. Once it found its way onto a system, it didn't damage anything. Instead, it simply printed its infamous message on the screen, deleted itself from the original location, and moved on. In essence, Creeper was the first demonstration that a program could spread itself autonomously across a network, a powerful and slightly unsettling concept. The reaction within the tech community was a mix of fascination and concern. No one had seen anything quite like this. To counter Creeper, another engineer at BBN, possibly Ray Tomlinson, the same man who invented email, created Reaper, a program designed to track down and delete Creeper wherever it found it. Ironically, Reaper may have also been self-replicating, making it the first antivirus software, and possibly the second virus, depending on how you define the term. Although Creeper didn't cause any real harm, its implications were enormous. It proved that software could be programmed to travel, replicate, and act independently, ideas that would eventually give rise to worms, trojans, and all the malicious code that plagues modern digital life. But in 1971, it was just an intriguing proof of concept. The term, computer virus, itself wouldn't be coined until over a decade later, in 1984, by Fred Cohen, a graduate student who formalized the definition in his groundbreaking thesis. Cohen showed that these digital entities could spread quickly, evade detection, and cause real damage. His work transformed the academic curiosity of Creeper into a global security concern. As the personal computer boom took hold in the 1980s, new viruses began to appear, often spread via floppy disks. The Elk cloner virus in 1982, written by a 15-year-old for Apple II computers, was among the first to hit personal machines. In 1986, the brain virus, created by two brothers in Pakistan, became the first to infect MS-DOS PCs, unintentionally starting a global virus epidemic. Yet, despite the growing complexity and danger of modern malware, the story of Creeper stands out. It's a reminder that even the most powerful digital threats often begin with a simple idea, driven by curiosity rather than malice. Bob Thomas never intended to spark a revolution in cybersecurity, he was just playing with the possibilities of code. Today, millions of viruses exist, some capable of bringing down governments or stealing billions in data. But it all began with a single message hopping from one terminal to another, quietly whispering, "Catch me if you can."